Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic New Classic. This episode number 1440 and Doubleshot number 1334. I have two Aquaman trades from Dan Abnett's run for the book. Yep, first up it is Aquaman Volume 2 Black Manta Rising, collecting Aquaman Volume 8 issues 7 to 15. Yeah, roughly 9 issues. This pretty much ends kind of in the way the first major saga for Aquaman. The whole thing with the conflict between US and Atlantis, and of course, Nemo being the background player. So, there's a couple of plot threads in here. For one thing, we have where Aquaman is basically doubting his chances, basically he has doubts about the Justice League of how they because he thinks they disrespect them, they don't treat him seriously. So, while he's doing that, meanwhile, though, this mysterious creature that's attacking the Atlantean soldiers is some of the U.S. government? No. It's covered in seaweed. What the heck is this creature? Yeah, it's one of, several different things going on here. They've heard of sort of this unknown creature that's just marching toward Atlantis for some reason. Yes, what is this mysterious creature? Yeah, there's also a really dumb subplot here involving the Widowhood. I will discuss that and how really dumb of an idea this Widowhood is. Okay, this creature is none other than the Shaggy Man, which I believe this is the first time he actually made an appearance post-Flashpoint. Let's see if I can find him here. Let's see here. Because I don't think he actually, Okay, here we go. Okay, his first appearance was actually in Justice League Volume 3, Number 4. And the guy had not appeared for quite some time. Yeah, his appearance in Aquaman was quite surprising. He appeared just for a few issues and issue 11, and that's it. Pretty much with this guy, he only appeared in issues 4 and 5 of Justice League America. He popped up now and again, but after these issues, next time he will pop up again until, let's see, he popped up for Damage 15. Actually, his next appearance, I think, was in Wonder Woman, then it was in their book. Yeah, it was quite shocking to see the Shaggy Man. I think everyone was surprised to see him. Yeah, and he's pretty much the main villain of these opening 3 issues. And how does Aquaman deal with him? Using his Justice League ID card, transports Shaggy Man into space, thus getting rid of the character. Does pop again into a little bit later. I think he popped up, I think it was just not long after this pages of Wonder Woman, and he popped up Damage, and that's it. He didn't do very much at all. Nope. And then for the remainder of the time, basically Aquaman's gathering evidence to clear Atlantis' name with the U.S. government. Meanwhile, though, there's this really dumb subplot involving this. Now, the Tower of Widowhood, where they foolishly think, because she's of Zebel blood, and in fact, that she's marrying Aquaman, they deem her unfit to marry Arthur Curry. And I'm thinking, why? Because she's a Zabel? Is that the reason why? Because this is so freaking dumb. Yes, I think anybody reading this at point, this is probably the most dumbest thing about this book, is this whole thing of the fact that Aquaman can't marry his own damn wife. Who, in the Jeff Johns run, they were happily married. That wasn't until Dan did it, oh yeah, none of our characters are married except for Animal Man. And Jeff Johns, I heard something, apparently Jeff Johns, really? I was writing these two as married the whole time. How the heck are these two not married? Yeah, it really makes no goddamn sense at all. So, yeah, this whole plot through the Widowhood, this would go someplace. Mostly, anyways. The whole thing of Aquaman trying to marry Mira, this is a big plot point that's not even solved by Dan Abnett. It takes his successor to finally wrap up this in her final issue of the run. Yes, which I will be discussing that in the future. Meanwhile, though, he spends the remainder issues of this run trying to find Nemo, and of course he meets up with a naval lieutenant who has information about Nemo, and of course got a lot of evidence, and of course just to look over, they think it's perfectly good, and the oh boy the the chief of staff of for the president, like oh boy, this guy is so skeptical, like this evidence is so flimsy. And of course, you also have this general. So, oh yeah, let's have these Aquamarines to go kill Arthur Curry. Yep. And also, there's this apparent attack on the U.S. And according to all Arthur contacts all of his military people, he says, nope, it's not us. We have nothing to do with that. And like this, of course, comes after the whole thing with Shaggy Man, which I just look very proud of him dealing with the Shaggy Man. And of course, they think he's responsible for it, and he's like, no, I'm not responsible for that. I have plenty of evidence to support it. And then, of course, like, give me time to go deal with Nemo, and he does. And meanwhile, the whole Nemo stuff is quite interesting. Like, he kills a couple people who are part of the head of Nemo, and he deals with them quite swiftly, where he pretty much takes him out and claims a new Fisher King. And like, oh yeah, let's go public. And then like, nah, let's go back to be secret again. And then of course, Aquaman finds him, beats the crap out of him, takes his helmet, and it looks like though Black Manta might be dead, but don't worry, he's not dead. Though Blackjack herself, she's actually a supporting character for Black Manta himself. She survives, and she basically just winds up on the beach just alive and well. Meanwhile, though, Aquaman presents the helmet to the President of the United States after it took a freaking long time to go see him. And he says, yeah, we're not responsible for this. And, oh yeah, and by the way, when this issue came out, it was kind of a weird time. Because at the time this issue was released, get this, Barack Obama was not the now he's the president here, by the way. He was not the president at that point. Nope, it was Donald Trump. Like, why the heck? Now, I don't know if this was delay or something. I'm not sure what it was. So, here's Barack Obama, clearly in the book. Not in silhouette like he was over Marvel. Nope, it's clearly Barack Obama in the book. And he reveals the press conference inside the White House because he can't do it outside because it's cold. Excuse me. My guess this is probably December when he basically does this. So that's probably my guess of when it takes place. So he goes to the vote. Oh yeah, it was a third party responsible. Entities were not responsible for attacking the U.S. It was Nemo. And of course, clear Arthur's name. And that kind of wraps up that plot point with Nemo. The next plot point basically, like the next plot thread would basically spread from issue 16 and kind of end with the first part of the saga with issue 25. But this here was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I give the book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Of course, the artwork here is done by Brad Walker, who was a regular artist of this book that we got replaced with issue 25. Also with Scott Eden and Felipe Bonus. Yep. Though, for some reason, with the last two issues, they replaced the original artist on here. For some reason, yeah. It seems like, though, like, with the first two issues, it seems very crisp and clean. Mostly because it's Scott Eden doing the artwork, which looks really good. And then after the Shaggy Man stuff, and then for like the remainder issues, like they switched artists for some reason. They switched to Brad Walker for a few issues. Yep. And then the issue where he takes down. And then from here, for Critical Condition, it's Felipe Bonus, who does pretty much the remainder issues of this. Yeah, but this was really good. I like the fact that they now actually utilize Black Manta, because if you read Jeff Johns, his all 25 issue run, Black Manta appeared for one story arc. Here he appears for almost 15 straight issues as a regular supporting villain. As far as I know, I think his next appearance after the story wrapped up was when he popped up in Teen Titans for a couple issues, and he's appeared sporadically after that, mostly in the pages of Aquaman. He also did appear in Justice League, but he didn't do much after that. Alright, next up is, technically this one is the second last trade that Virgo to the Click didn't have this run, because basically there's technically one more trade after this one. This is Volume 5, The Crown Comes Down. This basically collects Aquaman Volume 8, Issues 31-33, and the Crown Spire Annual. Now, you probably think, okay, where's Volumes 4 and 5? I haven't got them in yet, and I'm reviewing this now because of the next volume in my stack to review. Yeah, this is during a period of time where Aquaman is not the king of Atlantis. This is during a period of time where we have a tyrant on the throne. Also, even Dan Abbott is the artist of these issues. We have 3 different artists. We have Rico Ferricchi, who's I think is like the main artist here, Rick Leonardi, and Max Fruluma. Yep. Now this interior artwork is really good. This is done by Rico Ferricchi, and wow, this artwork. Actually, I really enjoy this. I believe he was a regular artist for these issues for quite a while. Mostly put anyways, this is just a 3-part story arc for The Crown Comes Down. It's basically Aquaman gathering his allies, taking on the Tyrant King, which he does in the very next story arc. And plus we also have set up for the next portion of this particular run where Mira said because the Witherhood, like, yeah, they couldn't marry Aquaman, but she decided to become Queen of Atlantis. Yep. Mira. Yep. But that's the 3-parter for you. That's really all that happens. A lot of setup here. And King Shark is pretty much back being a supporting character in the book. Yeah, this actually is the first time King Shark actually appeared in this book. Like, when he appeared during this era. First time since Kurt Busiek was on the book that King Shark had technically... No, wait, he did appear previously. I believe it was in Cullen Bunn's run, I'm saying. It's been a while. The Crown Spire Annual is something that's at 20 years in the future. We have this possible future where Aquaman and Mira are married, they have a kid, and all the characters are older. But it turns out this whole thing is an illusion caused by the black... it's something that Alan Moore came up with. It is the Black Mercy. Yes. This plant. So apparently it's Aquaman's turn to get to this thing. Yes. This particular plant first popped up For the Man Who Has Everything. That was back in, I think it was Superman Annual number 11 back in 1983. That's when this first time showed up. It has popped up twice. Yes, twice during the whole Rebirth era. The first time, believe it or not, was actually during the very first story arc of Trinity. That was last time I appeared prior to this. It was next page of Trinity of all things. You were thinking, Trinity? Yep. Francis Manapul brought this thing in, which that was really good. Yeah. This little cool future is like, oh yeah, Merc apparently disappeared. Yeah, he's pretty much a soldier who's been a recurring character throughout this whole run. Oh, and Tallulah, basically, because Aquaman is no longer the ruler of Atlantis, she can't stay in Atlantis. So she stays at Aquaman's lighthouse. Yeah, if you know who Tallulah is, she was technically the first regular Aqua Girl. Yep, first regular one here. We also have Dolphin appears in here. Yes, Dolphin. You're probably wondering who the heck Dolphin is. Yes, that was somebody, I think it was created by Peter David during a period of time when he was separated from Mira. Yeah, Vanko appears in here as well. Let's see, where is she? What's a good picture of her? There she is right there, the woman with white hair. Yes, the thing with Dolphin is, she actually appeared in the 90s run for Aquaman, and at one point she was Aquaman's lover until Mira showed back up his life. And then she decided to end the relationship, and she went with Garth, where they got married, and they had a kid together. Well, that was prior to the events of Blackest Night, where it is revealed in the pages of Teen Titans Volume 2, Issue 15, where they died off panel. Yes, Garth's family died. For reasons. Here, she has met Garth yet, but technically, I gotta thank Dan Nab for bringing this character back into regular continuity. Yeah, first time she actually appeared post-Flashpoint, which is great. I gotta say, this 3-parter is good, but all it is just set up for the very next story arc of this run. That's all this 3-parter is. Crown Spire, it just basically Dan Abnett doing his own take on the... Actually, it's Philip Kennedy Johnson who actually does this Crown Spire Annual. Yeah, it's called Crown Spire. Though, it does tease something you might see later. Yeah, and that's Aquaman coming to the surface. Well, Atlantis coming to the surface. The only thing problem with this storyline, with this annual, is the artwork. I am not really a big fan of the artwork. Is it Francis Metapold? No. The artwork is done by... Let's see if I can find the artist here. It's going to come late. It is done by Max Maluma. It's okay on Superman, but wow. Like, Hal Jordan looks okay, per se. But, yeah. Wonder Woman looks, wow. This apparently is Wonder Woman. Like, what the heck is up with his face? Like, when you first see his artwork, you're like, okay, Mira looks okay in this artwork from side views, but wow, look at freaking Aquaman's face. It looks so skinny. Like, it's like somebody just squished his cheeks in like this for like no reason. And then later on, we have Mira, like this future Mira, looking like this. And I'm like, really? That's what's the future Mira? Okay, fine, whatever. They also mentioned at some point in this story, oh yeah, he was supposed to be their son, Tom, possibly named after Thomas Curry, the father of Aquaman. And yes, he's supposed to look like Arthur who was a kid. But the writing is good for the annual, but not really a big fan of the artwork, per se. No. Excuse me, yes. But not much really myself to say about this one. It's good. It's just mostly a lot set up for the very next story, which will end this saga for Aquaman. Yep, so yeah, that's episode review. And that's it for today. Because, well, it's getting kind of late. So, tomorrow, expect to see a review for Baruto. Maybe in their Comic Corner. And, of course, I'm doing a live show tomorrow. Yes, you'll find out what it is when we talk about it. My friend Tibby and I will be talking about it tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That's when we're starting, okay? Next video. Bye.